This one to me is kind of like the coolest one. Oh yeah, this is like pretty recent, like the middle of January. So Amazon has announced that Avalanche, they're going to be using some of that. AWS partners with Avalanche to scale blockchain solutions for enterprises and governments. So Ava Labs or Avalanche is cryptocurrency we've kind of touched on. Amazon Web Services has partnered with Ava Labs, a company building out a layer one blockchain Avalanche to help scale blockchain adoption across enterprises, institutions, and governments. The two firms exclusively told TechCrunch. Looking forward, Web3 and blockchain is inevitable, just like we were just saying, inevitable. Howard Wright, VP and global head of startups at AWS, said to TechCrunch, no one can call the time or date or quarter it's going to happen and all be mainstream, but we've seen the cycles of growth before. The velocity of this one seems like it's accelerating. We're just excited to be a part of it. Pretty much exactly what I just talked about right before this. It's coming. Nobody knows exactly when, but it's going to be mainstream. The partnership tends to make it easier for individuals to launch and manage nodes on Avalanche while also aiming to give the network more strength and flexibility for developers. AWS will support Avalanche's infrastructure and decentralized application DApp ecosystem along one-side click node deployments through its marketplace. I think that's super cool. So it's easy for like the end user just to pop up a node. The affiliation will also include Ava Labs joining AWS Activate, a program that helps startups and early stage entrepreneurs get started on this platform. For us, this means a lot of things. John Wu, president of Ava Labs, told TechCrunch, we have over 500 applications on the chain. We'd love to give them a better experience. And now we have a real partnership that can direct to the Activate program. On top of that, our users are always looking for a better experience. The one-click node is an incredible way to do it. A number of blockchains already use AWS to power their networks. About 25% of all Ethereum workloads in the world run AWS. I didn't know that. According to its website, the technology is natively agnostic and supports all blockchain protocols, Wright said, through AWS's first foundational partnership with blockchain. Ava Labs plans to add its subnet deployment as a managed service in the AWS marketplace, so both individuals and institutions can launch their own subnets easily. Subnets are a part of Avalanche scaling solution that divert traffic from the main blockchain, allow projects to stake its native token AVAX while creating their own layer 1 or 2 blockchains. This is the beginning of something much bigger, Wu said, adding the subnets to allow developers to spin up their own blockchain, full blockchain in Amazon very easily. Last quarter, Avalanche started developing 5 to 6 subnets, Wu said, but the testnet phase, there are over 100 subnets that will be deployed in the next 6 to 12 months at least. We're looking forward to sharing this partnership with hundreds of subnets that will be launched this year, and I'm excited about what this can be, not just what it is. When you simply activate Avalanche times subnets, you have something that's a sentimental moment. I think blockchain technology will become a commonplace and used in the marketplace by developers. Anyways, what do you think about all this?
So let me get this straight. So Avalanche teamed up with Amazon to build a bigger like network in the blockchain, or are they using AWS as a source for internet?
I think it's both. It's like they're being used
You know,
they're using their processing power cloud, whatever. And then also they're partnering with their marketplace so they can easily run Avalanche through it. It's kind of like a hybrid system.
so they're pretty much trying to bring in Avalanche token into the payment processing of Amazon, or is it going to be more like they're just trying to run like internally wise, like the network, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to figure that out.
Well, some of it's like processing power that I think they're going to be used, like they said Ethereum already uses on their web services. But then also they're saying like, oh, you can deploy nodes easily. So if you have a business idea through Amazon, you can set up an Avalanche node really easily. So it's like it actually uses Amazon's interface, but then Avalanche underneath. So I don't know.
Yeah, so pretty much you can as far as the back end, when you're using your sales you have your store on Amazon, you can literally use contracts with Amazon as far as like starting your own like sales and all that stuff, and like a bunch of back end stuff that we won't really see unless you're a seller. We're just gonna go in there, we're just gonna see the item, we're gonna buy it, but then they're gonna be able to do stuff in the background. And also probably payment processing wise as well, it's gonna be a little different. They're probably you'd be able to use a little crypto. I don't know.
I have no idea. It doesn't go through all of those things, but I'm thinking like you can run websites off of, tons of people just run their websites off of Amazon Web Services. So basically, like you can just run your crypto node off there through the front end of Amazon. It doesn't go through all the details here and everything, and I have no idea. Maybe some things, like if you're using Avalanche as the blockchain, through anything else, like you should be able to use crypto payments. I mean, you can use Visa, whatever. I don't think it's going to be just for individual sellers and stuff. It's probably more so like website stuff. But we're just going to have to see. I mean, some people are using it. We're not, so we don't know exactly. But it's cool to see that they're thinking and working through this regardless. And we'll just have to see what it develops into. And, if this doesn't work, they'll iterate and make something different. But I think it's a pretty strong partnership initially. Anyways, the concept is cool.
Amazon's accepting crypto pretty much technology as coming into their company, which most companies won't allow. So that pretty much opens the door, and it might not be a payment processing. It might be more of like a web service, like it says on there. Amazon learns how it works and understands it, and maybe chooses the right token that it wants.
Right.
You know what I mean? And at that point, it opens the door for more crypto,
Or it's even just security-wise.
Yeah.
Like Avalanche, they vetted it and like the code. So they're like, okay, yeah, you can be the back end of all this stuff. Mm-hmm. So, or I think too, is just trying to bring acceptance to people in general. Like, cause they said, oh, we see it's coming. Like, let's try to get on the front end of this before it's like just gets out of control. And so we have like more leverage in the space in general. And so they probably don't even know what all it means, that they're playing around with a lot. And then like, once again, as a user, as a consumer, if I don't understand it, but Amazon Web Services is like, hey, most people might not know what this is, but like, hey, this is safe. This is something, legit and stuff. It's like way easier to do it through that for like somebody even to learn and to play around with, and like to go on Avalanche and try to like buy and set up your own node and all that crap. It's like too much. Like most people aren't going to do that. Yeah, somebody super into it will do it, but it's also still going to cost you like tens of thousands of dollars. And then you better know like you want it. Well, it doesn't cost you anything, or a lot less, just to go through Amazon and try it. Like, do I want this? Do I value it for my business specifically, or whatever I'm trying to build? Because especially if you're doing like global, international, whatever things, we've already like kind of gone over all the benefits of that. It's like I can get to a lot of more people easily, and they can pay me through crypto rather than having to go through banks and whatever. And like some of that money, it gets tied up, and you can't even pay somebody if they don't have the same bank in Germany or South Africa or whatever, right? So there is benefits. At that point, it's just like up to your own mind's imagination of what business you want to create, because now you can tap into these users all over the world. So I don't know. Like it said, it doesn't go through all the details of everything it can do, but it's getting there. And so I think that's really cool just to see this dabbling, and I think that's like really big news for Avalanche. We must point out that decentralization factor is also a highlight of this partnership. With collaboration, has become more accessible to people to start and manage nodes on Avalanche, strengthening the network, making it more distributed, and giving it high integrity. I literally just accidentally said that. Start a validating node on the AVAX network. You do not need to enter your private keys, ensuring you do not lose your cryptocurrencies if someone else invades your cloud processor, which are validating transactions. This is news for Amazon users, even for cryptocurrency investors who are not yet aware of the partnership facilitation, may more feel attracted. Set up an Avalanche validator node and enjoy the benefits of doing so. So apparently, I'm just knowing what the articles are saying before we read them. I'm just saying all the same stuff. And I do think it's funny that they're like, oh, it's up 20% or 30. Well, it's like down 80 or 90% overall. But, that's just the market is just really down. But I just I love that. The last week, it's been up 20% because of this. Well, yeah. Okay.
This is people being happy that, it's not going down more, and it stopped going down and it's going up now.
It's hype. It's going up.
Yeah. It's hype. And it's also just people like, okay, good.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the next zero token. You know what I mean?
There's a use case. There's a use case. Yeah. Yeah. So, but the BlackRock and the JP Morgan, I think that's all somewhat theoretical, and I'm sure they're looking into that. The DMV thing is much less because they're doing that, the Polygon thing. But to me, this is like the biggest news because it has so much potential. And if things don't work, Amazon's very good at like customer service and refunding people and having, like you have a lot less issues here. They're incentivized to really do a good job so people are comfortable with it. So I think it's just a win-win in a lot of ways. Maybe there'll be some downsides and pitfalls. That's just what happens when you make new stuff and try things. So I don't think that's a big deal.
A few months ago, I can't remember exactly what episode it was, but we talked about the that website we pulled up was like the most wealthiest like companies and the most like gold where it stand, and like I think Amazon was in the top 20, and I think so. If you have like a top 20 most wealthiest companies or mineral or gold, accepting and looking into crypto, that's a big thing. I mean, Amazon. If you have Amazon and you have Walmart, I mean, what other big retailer besides eBay is going to step in? You know what I mean? Like that's the top three, like right there. So one of the top three stepping in and checking it out. It's gonna incentivize Walmart. It's gonna incentivize eBay and all those people to look into it too. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Expand their web ban in that way.
Yeah. I mean, that's my thought for a while. A couple of these companies get into it and it's successful or interesting, intriguing enough that other people start to feel like, wait, we're gonna fall behind if we don't. At least, even if it's not in the foreground, they keep announcing it's in the background. Disney's doing this. California's doing this. All these places are doing it. It's like, oh, in a year or two, whatever, maybe just some stuff's going to start popping up, and it's just a different thing. It's, oh, wait, you didn't even start yet? Oh, shoot, now we got to dump a bunch of money and figure it out, right? So I think they're approaching it in a good way. Avalanche is known to be pretty reputable. So, I mean, Amazon, Disney, they're not going to pick, sketchy, weird things. They're going to things that are reputable and like actual businesses behind. So, and be able to help them out and do some important transactions in business with. So I think it's good. It makes sense why they're picking these
cryptos.
Yeah, these ones in particular, like the top 20 or more that have been around and give good quality code and products or ability. Like sometimes crypto's not even about like the product. It's, if you come make a product, it's going to be stable and sustainable here, right? Hey, we have the best network to provide you value, so build on us, right? Any more thoughts?
Going back to the conversation of the top 20 tokens being use case, that's good, except one, Doge. Doge has no use case whatsoever, but it still hangs on as like the third top altcoin.
Yeah, maybe JCPenney or something.
We'll JCPenney, mate. Yeah, JCPenney or what was the other one? Sears. They went out of business. They'll do something with it. All right.
No, actually, the perfect brand is like the 99-cent store and freaking Doge.
Dude, yeah, that'd be actually. Well, it's not 99 cents anymore, but I mean, the Dollar Tree 99-cent store, like all those little like a rummage freaking jack up the prices on single items, open packages, and then they just sell everything for $1. So funny.
It's just Doge is cheap and so is SHIB, so maybe that's how they brand integrate, right?